Janai Broome is going to be an attraction at that tournament in Nashville. We have a couple weeks left to go. We talked about his performance tonight. He was critical in their home win, holding off a pesky Arkansas team and John Calipari. He is absolutely a candidate for Player of the Year. I know he did have some injury issues that he had to overcome. They did win without him, which I thought was a great sign for Auburn. But this year, he's averaging 18 points and 10 rebounds a game, playing around 28 and a half minutes, shooting about 50% from the field. The question is that good enough to beat out Cooper Flagg, who's shooting around 49% from the field, averaging around 20 points per game, 8 rebounds, somewhat similar numbers. Both guys have been unbelievable. Cooper has kind of just wowed us with the way he plays the game and the way he does it on the defensive end. I'll kind of go around the horn here. But Randolph, I'll start with you as we do the little Brady bunch. I'll look to my side. But who's your guy? With a few weeks left, is it Janai Broome, Cooper Flagg, or could you make a case for Braden Smith or, Kalkbrenner? Is there somebody else?
I think it's a two-man race. I think it's a two-man race. I don't think you're going to find anybody arguing more than that. Anybody other than that, you're just talking about all-American team. I was conflicted because Janai Broome's been the best player on the best team for most of the year. But I feel like Cooper Flagg has just had moments that's just reminded you of who he is and what he is. So if voting right now, I'd give the slight edge to Cooper Flagg, but I think this is as close of a Player of the Year award as we've had in quite some time. I mean, I don't want to penalize Janai Broome for being on the team that he's on because he is the reason that this is the number one team in the country. And then you don't call it a great performance, but he still had another double-double. So I'm going to go Cooper Flagg, but that's just heads or tails right now, and I think that could change before the season ends.
Yeah, BetMGM odds, Cooper Flagg right now, when you look at things, is sitting there at minus 160, Janai Broome plus 120. So slight favorite, Cooper Flagg. I would not be shocked. I was talking to another person earlier today, Jeff Goodman, that says any other year, Cooper Flagg is obvious. I mean, this kid's a freshman that's kind of lit the world on fire, and Duke is smoking teams in the ACC. But, Janai Broome, it's the best team in the country in a league that is loaded, and it's a war every night, and he's leading that team. So certainly it is very debatable.
Well, I'm going to defer first to the 2008 National Player of the Year. All right,
sure.
I'm going to do the right
save
thing
the best
here.
for last.
Yeah, I'm doing the right thing. I'm letting Tyler go
be
first.
Like Vanessa Williams, but all right.
I'll bat third. on this one. I'm going to let RC lead off, and
listen,
then we're going with Tyler.
I'm glad you did that, Jeff, because if you pick Flagg, I was going to have to go with Broome. And I'm kind of like you in that way. And listen, to me, the National Player of the Year right now is Cooper Flagg. It is a close race, but the reason I'm going to lean towards Flagg, multiple reasons, but for one is they beat Auburn. I know it was at Duke, but still, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt with that one. But I've watched Cooper Flagg in person, and he's much more impressive when you see him in person. I mean, and this is not a knock to Broome because he deserves a lot of credit. And this National Player of the Year race is as close as it's ever been. I agree with RC. Cooper Flagg just does so much. And I think his ability, the wow factor and the highlight plays has an impact on my decision too. I just think that his talent and what he does and how he affects the game in so many different areas, it's just incredible. And I really believe that he's the reason Duke has had so much success this year. And I think the reason they've been dominating, and that's not to take away against Broome. I just think that Flagg he does so much on the court. His ability to guard multiple positions, his length, his passing, he makes the right plays. And he's so incredible that he really takes away from how good some of his teammates are. The Maluwatch kid, to me, is one of the most underrated players in the country, and the way that he affects the game as well with his length and rim protection and his ability to control the paint doesn't get a lot of attention because of how great Flagg is. I'm going to lean with Flagg. for those reasons.
Jeff, before you go, I think what has hurt Janai Broome, to be honest, when it comes to the voters, is this Auburn team didn't miss a beat when he was out with his ankle injury. It just showed you how good that team is, and I don't think any of us feel if Cooper Flagg is not on the floor for Duke, will that team be anywhere near where it is and where we seem it to be. I think that's the reason why, because you can make a compelling argument about best player, best team, but that team is good enough that it was able to hold it down when Janai Broome wasn't available. And we all know for sure, you take Cooper Flagg off the floor, that Duke team they're not stringing together wins without him.
I feel bad, Childers. I feel bad picking one because I do think they're both deserving. It is hard. It's, again, you're talking about the best player on the best team, and it's like, okay, well, yeah, Auburn's been the best team. Duke's been pretty damn good. It's not like we're talking about a team that's an 8 or a 9 seed in the NCAA tournament. You're talking about maybe the best team and the second best team at the end of the day. What I love about both of them is they're both versatile. Obviously, Cooper's more versatile, but Janai's a good passing big man. He's a rim protector. He can do a lot of things as a big that, again, he couldn't do when he first got to Auburn. So he's really expanded his game. Missed a couple games, like RC said. I would go Cooper, too, by a little bit here. I think Janai's actually he had the early lead, and then I thought Cooper took that lead, and now I think Janai's kind of closed the gap again a little bit and made it a race. But to me, Cooper just does everything. And I hate to do this, but it's almost like because Cooper is 18 years old, I'm almost more likely to give it to him. And maybe I should give it to the older guy, the senior who's kind of worked for this. But I feel like it's just so damn impressive what Cooper Flagg has done as a 17-year-old when he first started at Duke, and now a young 18-year-old. It's insane. I mean, his basketball IQ is one of maybe the 5 best that I've seen since covering this sport. It's that good, and how hard he plays all the time. Janai doesn't always play that hard all the time. Like, he'll have some moments there, especially in the defensive end, where he'll have lapses. I don't think you can really find those with Cooper.